So I've been using the Jellyfin media server for more than a year now, and I wanted to give you some of my thoughts on this, the pros, the cons, and whether or not it's worth it for you to install and set this up on your machine. And if you're not familiar with Jellyfin is, it is a media server system that basically works like a Netflix, except you are the one who is actually serving up the actual content on your own personal streaming service. And this is very similar to another media server system called Plex. Plex is going to be the most popular and the most well-known. However, Plex, even though they do have a free version, to get all the features and benefits, you're going to have to pay for it. And at the same time, Plex is becoming more and more of a marketing tool as well. So very similar to other streaming services, that they're adding more of these things even when you actually pay for it. And so even though it is technically your content on this, it's becoming more of their content as well. And so for that, Jellyfin is a really great alternative. And the best thing is, the biggest pro with Jellyfin is that it is free and open source, and you get all the features without having to pay for anything. So that is the first and biggest pro, and a general explanation of what it is. Now, once you get this installed and set up, it is very easy to use, meaning that if you have ever used any streaming service, this is going to be very familiar to you. When you click on any of these movies or shows, you can access information about the content. You can access special features if it is available, go to different scenes, and there also is recommendations based upon things that you already have on your server. And you could also categorize things, set up favorites if you wanted to as well. And so there are a lot of things here that I really enjoy about using Jellyfin. It's familiar, but it's also different as well. And whenever you go to the server portion, it gives you even more control and your ability to add even more features. You know, there's categorization here that you could add. Obviously, there's favorites here. You could sort things the way that you want. You could add favorites. You could add collections. There is a lot here that it offers. And I think for a lot of people, they will enjoy using this. And at the same time, there's lots of customization and features available when using Jellyfin. And those are the things that I really do like about it. Besides the fact that it is free and open source, it gives you a lot of powerful features and things like downloading your thumbnails, all the information about the movie or show. This could all be done automatically, or you could edit this on your own. You could add your own images and so forth. And then when it comes to transcoding options, there is a ton right here. There's streaming options, and if you wanted to, you could actually set up remote access as well. I myself don't have this set up, but if you wanted to, you could do that, which I think for a lot of people, if they are going to do this, it does require more technical knowledge and digging into things. But there is just a whole bunch of features available in Jellyfin, and it's not just like restricted to just movies and shows. You could also add audio and also I think comics as well. And so this is the server, very plain and simple, but very powerful as well underneath. And for most people, they're just going to use the client to view everything. And I really do enjoy using this. I absolutely love using the Jellyfin media server. And those are like most of the pros. You know, it is free, it's very easy to use, it has a very polished professional look, and it has a ton of features as well. And so all of those things, I think for most people is going to be good enough or great enough for them to go ahead and take the time to install and set this up. Which leads me to the main con of using Jellyfin. Since this is something that is freely available, it is open source, a lot of what you have to do is based upon the time that you are willing to put into learning how to use this. Okay, so there's definitely going to be a learning curve in using this, and I think initially it will take you more time, but once you learn how to use it, it'll be a lot easier and just normal for you to use. But the beginning, it can definitely be a con, which leads me to the other thing. Whenever you have technical issues, there is no support that you can go to, versus something like Plex, where they should have some type of support for you to go to if you are having problems. Whereas with Jellyfin, you are the support. There is no other place that you could go to besides, looking on the internet, maybe YouTube videos, forums, the Jellyfin website, and then you're going to have to figure it out on your own. And for somebody like myself, this is something that I'm used to because my operating system that I use Linux Mint. I absolutely hate using Microsoft Windows, and I don't really use Mac OS. So I use something like Linux Mint, and pretty much all the software that I use is free and open source. So I'm used to troubleshooting all these technical issues myself. And there have been times where Jellyfin would update and then it would break things. And so that could be a huge problem for a lot of people. But once again, if you are somebody who is willing to spend the time and get used to fixing things on your own, then this is a really, really great media server to use. And if you're somebody who doesn't want to maybe run into these type of problems, you can always not update things. Okay, you could turn off the ability for it to update on its own, and so that is something that is an option. And I think for people who have it set up and they have it the way that they want, they could definitely not update this. Just have it working and just go ahead and just keep using it as it is. And then when it comes to in terms of customization, there's definitely ways that you could make this look the way you want. You could even download themes, or if you're real technical, you can use CSS style sheets as well. And so there is just a lot here that it offers. But at the same time, the drawbacks of that is that you're gonna have to take care of any problems that come up on your own. And so that really depends a lot on you. But for me, I think it's definitely worth it. And at the end of the day, it allows me to have my own streaming service that I control. And it just is a really, really great system overall. So at the end of the day, I really do think it is worth taking the time to install and set this up. Because once you get things working the way you want, this is really, really awesome. And it allows me to have my physical media collection in a digital form. And so I love collecting physical media. I have over 600 Blu-rays and 4Ks, and having it on my own server is just a huge difference for me. I absolutely love using it. So those are my thoughts on Jellyfin, a year plus into using it. And if you actually had any thoughts on Jellyfin or any other media server systems that you enjoy using, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my videos on Jellyfin, I'll leave that in the description area below. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you on another episode.